Blue Zoo TV, presented by Akari, featuring Fluval. Day 2. No, I'm not wearing the same clothes. And yes, I'm wearing sunglasses that are too small for my head. We dove in rough waters yesterday, calmer waters today. And if you look over my shoulder, old Stu is pulling some barnacles for a late night snack. Blue Zoo TV, presented by Akari, featuring Fluval, off the Oregon coast. Locations to collect off the Oregon coast can be challenging, much like the shoreline itself. Other times, a simple car ride off the side of the road leads to adventure. Coldwater Marines Josh and Stu, well, let's just say they have this collecting thing dialed in. Conditions to collect off the coast vary. It can be cloudy, murky, and 52 degrees, or it can be 52 degrees, murky, and cloudy. The order can change, but the conditions seem to stay the same. But regardless of coastal conditions, the diving is tough but surprisingly spectacular. From anemones that cover the seafloor to giant sea cucumbers which show off their awesome, vibrant colors, there are curious crabs all around in every shape and size. And while the elusive giant Pacific octopus avoided our camera, the beautiful kelp that paints a lush aquascape and camouflage for sea life did not. The rewards of a long day diving are well worth the effort. Time to go up topside, get warm, and review what we collected today. Did I mention get warm?
All right, we just wrapped up the second dive. We're gonna go over a few things that we just got subtitally. Start off with these really cool sea cucumbers. They're California sea cucumber. And as you can see, they get massive. And we're actually going to let these guys go because we already have a few in stock in our holding system.
So this cucumber that we collected today, when I was pulling it up, was close to 3 feet, but then the majority of their weight and size is water weight. So when you get them up like this, they're still pretty hefty, but not as big as when you get them down below.
I will show you guys some cool anemones that we got when we were down there.
So these are painted anemones, and every time we come out, we like to get them on small rocks like this because they actually do significantly better when you don't have to peel them off of the rock, and you can keep the base intact. So whenever we can, we harvest them on a small piece like this because they do considerably better.
And as you can see, they've got some really nice coloration on them. They look really good in aquariums.
Yeah, these are a fan favorite.
Nice bright red.
Cool.
And Stu pulled up a nice big huge scallop. These are rock scallops that we have in our coastline. Most people know them because they've ate them at one point.
Probably eat him later. Let's see what else. I think the only other things we got down here were a couple small anemones, which these are moonglow anemones, and I think we got some shots of those guys underwater. So when they're open, they're really cool. There's some bright orange ones. They have probably the most variation in color of all the anemones on the Oregon coast, from white tip tentacles and purple centers to solid orange colored ones. But these are just a couple nice ones that I grabbed when I was down there.
All right, well, we're back after a long, exhausting dive collection trip. We're back at Coldwater Marine Aquatics headquarters or facility to drop off some fish. I'll show you guys some of the fish we got here in the little holding tank. These are some sculpins, as you can see, some nice bright colored sculpins that we've got. A nice green pinpoint gunnel. And this is where they'll be being held until they are picked up by customers and public aquariums.
One of the bigger anemones that we picked up yesterday. One of these smaller guys will stay open. A couple of them here. And as you can see, our holding tank facility is very unlike other aquarium holding facilities where you use glass tanks or anything, because we deal with cold water. So we built our system out of coolers to insulate it better, plumb it all together, and we keep it at right now it's sitting at about 57 degrees. So this is the best way you can keep cold water tanks in a holding facility.
And if you look around, you can see some of the other things that we do here at Cold Water Marine Aquatics. These are some of the Tigroprius that we breed out. We collect them here locally. We're permitted to take them out of splash pools here in Oregon, and we have them in vats that we grow them out and sell them. And then also we have some little science projects going on. We do all of our own phytoplanktons and different rotifers and brine for feeding picky fish.
Yeah, and lots of the filter feeding corals and such. Some of the giant clueless anemones, coronactis, jewel anemones. Lots of small animals, since most of the cold water anemones and such are non-photosynthetic. They really like the smaller foods, phytoplankton, Tigroprius and such.
All right, this is our sump/fish and invert holding system. This is mainly where we keep all of our filtration, and it's partitioned out so we can actually partition sections out for holding certain fish we don't want attacking other fish. All right, these are some of the stock tunicates that we have that are filter feeders. They feed on a varied diet of phytoplankton and small particulate matter that floats in the water like marine snow. And these are some of our lesser spotted cat sharks from Europe that we're going to be hatching out here soon. We bring them in as eggs and hold them in the facility until they hatch out. They're a really unique shark because they only max out at about 18 to 20 inches, so they're a really good candidate for aquariums as opposed to bigger sharks that people keep that they have to eventually either donate or give away, like blacktip reef sharks.
Wow, what a long day. I'm starving. Let's eat.
So we've got killer whales right offshore, right? Killer whales?
Yeah, killers and grays, I don't know. I haven't seen them close.
Killers and grays. Now we're having a little fire on the beach with some barnacles, and Stu's going to explain a little bit about the barnacles.
Yeah, so these are gooseneck barnacles. They're indigenous to our west coast. Different species across the world are considered a delicacy in Europe and Japan. We're going to eat them because you guys have never tried them, I guarantee, and we've kind of grown to love them. So with these barnacles here, you basically just peel this sheath off, and this is the portion that you eat. You want that?
And Josh has got barbecue sauce. Blue Zoo TV, presented by Akari, featuring Fluval. Not bad.
Blue Zoo TV is presented by Hikari, making species-specific diets long before it was fashionable, because at Hikari, we know it matters. And featuring Fluval, discover life below water with Fluval. Blue Zoo is proudly partnered with Carib Sea, bringing science to life. Nature protected, nature perfected with Carib Sea. To email the show, go to bluezootv.com and follow us on Twitter @BlueZooTV.